Croatia against Canada. Croatia with a 4-1 victory against Canada. Alphonso Davies with the opening goal. 2 minutes in, the first goal for a man at a FIFA Men's World Cup. And wow, it was a great goal. But then Croatia, Luis Garcia turned on the style and made it look pretty easy.
Yeah, it looked pretty easy, but not because Canada made it very easy, because definitely they start very well. Something that I was concerned about this Canadian team is that they were a bit chaotic. A lot of people going forward, a lot of people committed to the attack, and sometimes they forget that they need to defend. Sometimes, yeah, you can go forward. I think that Alphonso Davies has been playing in 4 or 5 different positions: up front, on the left, on the right, as a midfielder. A little bit, the centre back was flying forward. So at the end, when you play against a team that is, don't forget about that is a runner-up of the last World Cup, I think that you're going to be in danger. And well, I think Kramarić was fantastic, Kovacic as well, Modric. They've been great. They hold, they wait, they have that patience that is needed. And when they have the chance to start creating a little bit speed on the ball, and the chances start being there. So I think it was a fantastic effort. They never hold up, and well, I think we'll miss Canada in the knockouts. But I think Croatia was just too good today against Canada.
Yeah, I feel really sorry for Canada, because I don't think that they certainly didn't deserve to lose against Belgium. I thought they were good for at least a point. So to see them going home 2 games in I think is a bitter pill to swallow. But we were saying about Croatia, and have been saying about Croatia since the tournament started, it was all going to be a question of when they could find the goals. They've suddenly started to find it. Kramarić, you've got evergreen Ivan Perisic chipping in with a couple of assists. Delighted that you guys are getting to see a bit of what I get to enjoy in Ligue 1 with Lovro Majer as well. I think he's a phenomenal player, and really, really love watching him play. And Marco Livaja as well. I saw him play for Hajduk Split a couple of months ago, so to see him finding his shooting boots, that I think is quite encouraging for Croatia. Because there was a point, after Alphonso Davies opened the scoring for Canada, where I was thinking, we could be seeing sort of 2 of the top 4 teams from the 2018 World Cup, or 2 of the top 3 teams even from the 2018 World Cup crashing out in the group stage. So for Croatia to avoid it, or to put themselves in a good position to avoid it, I think is quite encouraging. But that doesn't stop it being a huge shame for CONCACAF and Canada seeing them go out in this manner.
Yeah, speaking about watching people every week and enjoying everyone getting to see them. Even Perisic plays for Tottenham now, my team. So yeah, I enjoyed his couple of assists and finding the goals. Do you know, I know we're going to get onto the Morocco game, and probably we'll zip straight onto this after me. But I think there was kind of a misunderstanding about how good Morocco are. And so Croatia drew and looked a little bit flabby against Morocco, and people are like, what's going on for Croatia? And the reality is that Morocco are a good side, and I don't know why people didn't know that.
No, I think a lot of people did know that, but they just didn't expect them to get out of this group because of the talent that's in this group. And maybe people expected more from Canada in this group as well. But a few statistics that will come I'll throw your way as well. Canada, the second nation to be eliminated, obviously, from the World Cup now after Qatar. Kramarić, the 8th player to score a brace at this World Cup, and so happy for him to be scoring goals. Got his 22nd national team goal, and I thought it was a fantastic finish. And JJ, even if you didn't have much trust or belief in Croatia, I put a bit more money on them when they were 1-0 down, because I just felt like Canada were going to shit the bed, and they absolutely shit the bed. We're going to get on to the Belgium-Morocco game real quickly, but I want to get all of your thoughts, and I'll start with you, Lucho, on Andrej Kramarić post-game. He said, I want to thank the Canada coach for motivation, because in the end, Croatia demonstrated who effed whom. Thoughts on that one? And it's not really great from Herdman to make these comments ahead of a big game like this. Put them in trouble.
No, definitely. I think when you try to play mind games with the opposition, or try to play mind games with your team, you need to be very accurate the way you talk, or where do you talk, because you can say that on the dressing room and that's it, and your players are gonna be fired up for the game, or they're gonna think about, we can do this. But when you throw it out there, you can have that kind of, you receive what you try to go against. And Kramarić was fantastic. I don't know if it's because of that. I think it's just because he's a fantastic player. But he was every single time just beating players, dropping his shoulder every single time. When he was inside the box, that something was going to happen. Let's wait and see. So passionate, cold-blooded, one of the finish with the left foot. you can say you can see that that's a fantastic, talented player. And in the first game, I think we didn't give it so much credit because he was in and out. But definitely, when a manager starts talking like this, well, fire back nicely, and now you're out, and Croatia is going forward. What can you say now?
Yeah, Herman. I mean, that's a low percentage play. Like, I was on the BBC coverage in the UK. Mauricio Pochettino was one of the guests, right? And he was talking about how you have to believe when you're the manager. You have to believe that you are you're the best manager in the world. Your players could potentially go all the way. All this sort of stuff. Like. He is a brilliant coach in my view, and I really love hearing him talk. But in the case of Herdman, you might want to just slightly re-angle your sledging because, yeah, it's great that he believed that this was possible and they could take the fight to Croatia, but you don't. I don't know. Alicia, I don't know what you think, like, in terms of being inspired by someone saying stupid stuff from the opposition. Like, maybe it was just throwing it back in his face afterwards because it was funny rather than genuinely like having a pinboard up in the dressing room with his face on it.
Oh, I've had it. Don't worry about that. I can guarantee you that Lucho's had it as well in the locker room. Any newspaper article, like, fucking put it up there. If you could get motivation from any single thing, that would probably be it. JJ, what you got?
And I think as well, Herdman perhaps fell into this false sense of security that Canada got from dominating against a very poor Belgian side. We got the confirmation today that Belgium are exactly as Kevin De Bruyne says they are. They are not in a good place internationally. Despite the fact that they're well ranked, they don't play like a team ranked that high in the world at this moment in time. And I think, just the disappointments at the end of that game, having fallen to a team that Canada were much, much better than for the majority of the game. I think he didn't watch his tongue. And, when you give that kind of ammunition to a team that has the quality that Croatia have, regardless of talking about their attacking options, the chances are that you can always get punished. They didn't finish as runners up in 2018 for no reason. They have some phenomenally talented players, and I think that will unfortunately be quite a steep learning curve for Herdman.
Yeah, definitely. And listen, now at the moment, the way that Belgium is playing, I don't know if we want really to have them in the knockout stages. I was very surprised. And again, when you make sometimes statements, De Bruyne, we know that he's just honest and throw things. And when he doesn't talk much on the press, on interviews, but when he throws, that he's going to say what it really feels. But right after the game, I saw Vertonghen mentioning, listen, we are very old in attack now, right? You know that there is something happening right there. So when you got a player right after the first game talking about we are too old or we are not, it's because the connection in the team is not the best one. Of course, we can go then after the way they play or after the deliveries or the performances of some of the players, and we can discuss about that. But the first thing is that if you throw something bad in a World Cup in the first game against you, that's because something into the dressing room is not right, and nothing is going to work out. It doesn't matter how you throw it, try to clean it, or how you are going to put it on the table. It's not going to work out because you need everybody pushing to the same direction. And just because of those words, that it's not going to work.